money, your taxes, your truck, and your... Your money, your taxes, your truck, and your road to success in the trucking industry. This is Trucking Business and Beyond, the show that puts the money where it belongs, back in your pocket.
Welcome to my world. I'm your host, Kevin Rutherford. The number to join us, 8888 Road Dog. We are here live. Pick up the phone and give me a call. The website is letstruck.com. The show is all about the business of trucking. We'll take your calls and answer your questions about trucks, money, fuel mileage, maintenance, tires, taxes, technology, health and fitness on the road, getting started as an owner-operator, finding freight, working with brokers, getting your authority. You name it, we'll talk about it. All you have to do is pick up the phone and ask the question. Phone lines are open right now. Dial in. You'll be able to grab one quick. 8888 Road Dog is the number. We're going to get to those in just a little bit. Well, I am early this year. In fact, this is, I'm talking about the Louisville Truck Show. I am parked in Louisville now. This is my 28th year, I believe, at this show. And this is the earliest I've ever been here. I was already on the road on an extended road trip, so it just made sense to head over this way and get set up, and I can get some work done. So I will be here from now through the end of the Louisville Truck Show, so looking forward to seeing everybody there. I will be doing lots of seminars and events at the show. I think we're doing a special event with the other host from the channel, so I'm looking forward to that. And speaking of events, I just got done with a great one. I'm going to tell you about that in a minute. I've been thinking a lot about our business model, and our model hasn't changed in a long time. You know, I talk a lot about tactics and strategies, and tactics are the things you do every day, and your strategy is usually big picture. It's like our mission, big goals. And our model is built around that strategy. And our model is, how do we help drivers and owner-operators do what they do better? That's the big picture. And this started for me a long time ago, back in the very early 90s. And it was when I was doing tax and accounting work for other owner-operators when I just started. And I would spend all day on the phone talking to my clients. And in the beginning, it was about tax and accounting. And then they realized that I also own trucks, so I knew about fuel mileage and tires. So they started asking me for my advice. That's how I got to where I am today doing what I do. And the model has always been, I pay attention to what drivers and owner-operators are asking about. What do they need? And then I go out and try to find the very best option. That's what we've been doing for a very long time. So if you listen to the show, you know a couple of years ago, I started saying that the industry is changing. There's nothing wrong with being leased to a carrier. There's lots of different business models that work in this industry. But I started saying that there is a lot of opportunity to have your own authority. It's easier than it's ever been. There are new tools, there's new technology, the freight rates are good. So we identified that if you're going to have your own authority, there are some things you need. And I started looking a couple years ago. And, you know, my strength is research. So I can find the solutions, I can go research the best options, I can test them, make sure they're right. And I'm also really good at building relationships. So if I find a company that can provide what my listeners need, then I go out and I build that relationship. And over the last couple of years, I've really been focused on the small carrier. And that's really starting to come together now in a lot of ways. And we started out building a relationship with truckstop.com. The good news was I knew some people who were there really well, so that was a great fit for us. We've done some pretty big projects with them already. We have a lot of things in the works. Most of my seminars at Louisville this year are in partnership with truckstop.com. If you have your own authority and you don't have an account with them, you're really missing out. They're not just a load board. They are an information technology company that has all kinds of tools that makes it much easier to have your own authority. And most people, even the people with an account, don't necessarily use all the tools. That's one of the projects we're working on, helping people understand what those tools are and making them easier for them to use. And then I also started looking at the digital freight brokers. And there's a lot going on that side, on the digital freight broker side. And we recently partnered with Convoy. After looking at all of kind of the digital brokers in the industry, we decided to partner with Convoy. So we've got some projects in the works with them. I like their technology. It's hard to say where the whole digital broker thing is going. It's such a brand new industry right now. And there's a lot of players and a lot of money. And I spent a lot of time talking to people at the companies and interviewing people and spending time with them and settled on Convoy, so we'll be doing more with them. The event that I just did, and this is what got me thinking about how long I've been doing this, and I just did an event with C.H. Robinson, and what was surprising to me is that I hadn't really run across people from C.H. Robinson prior to this. They are clearly one of the largest logistics providers in the world. They're a very big company, and they're active in the industry, and I'm active in the industry, and somehow I've just never really run across people that work there. And I know what their reputation is. It's impossible to be in this industry and not get it, but I just never paid a lot of attention to them. And I think what happened was because I was working a lot more on the broker side of things over the last couple of years, working on these projects, they kind of found me. Early last year, they asked me if I would write a blog post for them. And I did, and I really had a great experience working with them. So they asked me if I would write another blog post, and I said yes, and it kind of grew from there. Then they asked me if I would come and speak at an event. And I said, sure, I'd love to. So I wasn't really paying attention to the details of the event. I was busy with a lot of things, but I agreed. We put it on the calendar. And many of you may have heard this call. I got a call. I went on the air and I said I'm going to be doing this event at C.H. Robinson. And I got a call, and his name is Ray. And Ray has become my hero now. I got to meet Ray. He's a really great guy. He's been an owner-operator since the 70s. And Ray called me a couple months ago, and he said, you're probably not going to remember me, but I called you over a year ago. He said, I was leased to a carrier. I just got my authority, and I'm just kind of struggling. I'm not making a lot of money. I'm looking for some ideas. And I told Ray the same thing I tell a lot of people, almost everybody with their own authority, which was, we'll stop chasing the rate, stop just looking for the highest rate you can find, stop the concept of one and done. You call one broker because they have a high rate today, and then you probably never call them back. I said, why don't you just find a couple of good brokers with freight around your house where you live? That's a good place to start. And start building relationships. I mean, that's what business is all about. And he said, okay, and, I didn't hear from him again, and that's not unusual. That happens every night for me. Until he called back, and he said, well, I took your idea one step further. He said, instead of building relationships with a couple of brokers, I just looked around and I saw C.H. Robinson had freight around my house. They had offices everywhere. And he said, I just decided to focus on C.H. Robinson and use just them. And he did. And it has worked out really, really well for them. I got a chance to talk to Ray. He was at this event. And here's why he was at this event. Now, let me give you a number. To give you an idea of how big C.H. Robinson is, last year, they worked with over 62,000 carriers. Think about that for a minute. C.H. Robinson moved freight on over 62,000 carriers last year. This event was their Carrier Awards. It was the first year they had this event. Out of those 62,000 carriers, they identified 7 and gave them awards. And they did it in different sizes. So all the way from one truck up to their largest carriers. They broke it out into 7 groups. They gave 7 carriers an award out of 62,000. And Ray, the caller to my show, that took that advice and ran with it, was the single truck owner-operator of the year for C.H. Robinson. So I did the keynote speech at their event. I guess it was just yesterday. Yeah, I've been on the road ever since. So I was up in Eden Prairie, Minnesota, and since then I drove down here to Louisville. So just yesterday I had a great time. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that, and then we're going to get to your calls and questions. Stick around. We'll be right back. I'm Kevin Rutherford.
Are you a driver that wants to take control of your own destiny and have the freedom to make the choices that affect you and your loved ones every day? If the answer is yes,
then Stop Holding the Steering Wheel audio program was designed for you.
In this one-of-a-kind audio program, Kevin Rutherford reveals the secrets to running a successful trucking business, taking the plunge to owner-operator, finding and negotiating for a new truck, and managing money once you earn it. Are you willing to do the hard work? It's time to stop holding the steering wheel and start driving your business. Order your copy today and create the business you've always wanted. Visit our online store at letstruck.com or call our TribeCare team at 855-800-FUEL. That's 855-800-3835.
Hey, AudioRoad listener, what is your profit per mile? How about your cost per mile or even your bottom line? Stop driving blind and know your numbers. Profit Gauges is absolutely simple bookkeeping specifically for owner-operators. Have instant access to business and tax reports that will help you increase your profits and keep your money in your pocket where it belongs. Sign up for Profit Gauges today and take advantage of our 30-day free trial. Know your numbers and master the journey. Visit our website at letstruck.com or call our TribeCare team at 855-800-FUEL. That's 855-800-3835.
Did you know that 35% of fuel economy can be attributed to your driving habits? Use the Scan Gauge KR to maximize your driving efficiency. The Scan Gauge KR has built-in and programmable digital gauges that allow you to read instant fuel mileage, average fuel economy, and dozens more gauges as you drive. Get to know your truck and learn how you can improve your fuel cost and keep your money in your pocket where it belongs. Drive smarter and master the journey. Get yours today at letstruck.com or call our TribeCare team at 855-800-FUEL. That's 855-800-3835.
As a professional driver, there is no question that fuel is your highest cost. Fuel Gauges tracks each fuel up, provides your 30, 60, and 90-day miles per gallon average, also tracks maintenance and modifications. Best of all, it is completely free to use. There is no excuse not to use your miles per gallon and start improving your fuel economy. Download the Fuel Gauges app today and keep your money in your pocket where it belongs. Let Fuel Gauges help you master the journey. Visit our website at letstruck.com or call TribeCare Team at 855-800-FUEL. That's 855-800-3835.
couple other numbers for how big they are. They moved over 6 million, 6 million loads last year and covered 3.9 billion miles. The carriers that move freight for C.H. Robinson, the freight that they move, 3.9 billion miles in a year. That's a large company. So it's not unusual when companies get really big. It's not unusual that they get reputations like that sometimes. So again, I've never had a lot of contact with them in the industry, and I find that a little odd now. But now that I have had contact with them, I'm really impressed. It was a very good experience. I met a lot of their high-level executives. I met a lot of people in the trenches every day. Really very well-run company. The people were extremely nice. I made a lot of great contacts, and we may do some projects with them in the future. Nothing official yet, but like I said, I have written some blog posts for them, and I did the keynote, and I met some people and just had a really great time. And like I said, it was great getting to meet Ray and having Ray get that kind of an award in just a little over a year working with them. So I had some other things, but the calls are piling up. I'm going to get to your calls. Let's start off in Dayton. Kevin, welcome to the program.
How's it going tonight?
Good. What can I help you with?
Hey, I'm actually jumped off the cliff from Lancer and got my own story. I'm doing it months now. I'm loving it. But the reason I called tonight, me and a friend were talking about flow below, and then the air tabs. Besides the price, what is the difference if you got skirts all the way down and you put air tabs on compared to the other system?
Well, they're addressing two very different things. So the air tabs really are designed to help fill in that gap right behind the tractor. So they're helping the air make that 90-degree turn so that we don't create that big vacuum right behind the tractor or right behind the trailer. The flow below is really designed to smooth out all the turbulence around the wheels, and then the 90-degree right behind the final wheel at the back. But those are two very, very different areas of turbulence. And the air tabs are excellent at what they do, but even if you were to put air tabs, right in front of your tandems on a full skirt right there, they're really not going to clean up that turbulence the way the flow below does.
So it wouldn't push it out and then pass the wheels and back underneath the trailer?
No, because it'd be nice if aerodynamics were that simple. If you've ever seen the models for this, I've had I've spent a lot of time at Smart Truck, where they do a lot of really high-level computer simulation on airflow, and I got to see a lot of high-level models of where the air is flowing and where the turbulence is. And the turbulence around the tandems is a mess. It's coming from underneath. It's coming from the wheels spinning themselves. It is just all over the place. And the flow below itself was just a brilliant design to address that.
Okay, because I know what, on a truck, when I meet sunflower seeds, and I shouldn't say this because environmentalists think you're littering, but, when you throw the sunflower seeds out as you're chewing on them, and they hit the airstream, and they hit about the middle of my trailer with just the air tab. So I was thinking it would be the same way.
Oh, yeah.
With them down below, but you're right. With the air coming underneath the trailer, the truck, I never thought about that part.
Yeah, and then the actual spinning itself. The wheel itself is a moving part. It's creating its own turbulence. Plus, you've got air coming from all kinds of directions. So when you see that model, it's really just a mess. And then you've got the fact that the flow below also includes the wheel covers. We know that they create turbulence, the spinning air inside that hub. So the two work really well together, air tabs and the flow below.
Okay. Thanks. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks for the call. Let's see. One other thing I wanted to tell you about is I just started writing a new column, and I've talked about this this organization a couple times over the last 6 months or so. I read a ton of newsletters and information about trucking, and I read every single morning. I don't know, I probably have 10 different newsletters I read. But over the last 6 months, I've noticed that most of my information I have been getting from a site called FreightWaves, freightwaves.com. And they've been doing a lot of things in the industry. And they put out a newsletter every day. Now, you can go to their website, freightwaves.com, every day and read a lot because they always have new content. But you can also just sign up for their newsletter, and then you get all that content in your email every day. And I was reading a lot of their stuff, and I was posting a lot. And I got a call from one of their editors, and it was about the new tax law, and he wanted to ask me a lot of questions. So we really spent a lot of time talking about it, and I helped him write a couple articles about all the tax law changes. And over time, he asked me if I could start writing a column. Now, I used to write columns for Overdrive and several other magazines, and I got away from it because I was getting really busy with a lot of projects, and people just weren't reading magazines much anymore. So I wasn't getting a lot of response from all the work I was putting in. But now that some of these sites are picking up on the web with a lot more exposure, I decided to go back and do some more writing. So I agreed to do a column for them, and I can't remember if it was yesterday or today. My whole week is screwed up because of my schedule and all my travel. But anyway, my first column was published this week in freightwaves.com, and I'm writing a series called Small Business 101 for my column is called Small Carrier Corner. So I'm really, just like I talked about in the beginning, focusing on the small carrier with their authority. That's what I'm going to put a lot of focus on in this column. So I've got like a 6 or 7 part series that I just started, and I'll be working on. All right, I'm going to get to some phone calls. Let's go to Wyoming. Carl, welcome to the program.
Hello, Kevin.
What can I help you with tonight?
I'm hurting.
Uh-oh.
I was stuck last weekend from Friday to Sunday morning, waiting to deliver my load Sunday morning. So I slept real long into Saturday. I woke up with some pain in my lower back. I figured, well, I just slept too long in one position, and it'd work out. Well, by Sunday afternoon, it was hurting pretty bad in my back and down in my hips. By Monday, it had migrated down into my left knee and the middle toe on my left foot, but it was starting to ease up in my back and hips. By Tuesday, my big toe on my left foot was about 2.5 times its normal size, and my left knee was hurting and swelling. And since Tuesday evening, both of my knees have been bigger than my thighs, and I need some relief. I wondered if you had any suggestions of something I can do.
I may have some suggestions. I got to kind of think this through, but this is a really bizarre set of symptoms. At first I thought that maybe you just slept funny and, injured something in your back, pulled a muscle, had a spasm, something like that. But now this is almost sounding more like some sort of a reaction. possibly some sort of an allergic reaction, an infection. So now I need to think a little differently about where we should go with this. Let me get to a break. I'm going to come right back. We'll see if I have any ideas. That really is an unusual set of symptoms. We've got an open line. If you want to dial right now, you should be able to grab it, 8888 Road Dog. I'll get to more calls and questions right after this. Stick around. I'm Kevin Rutherford.
Hey, AudioRoad listener, what is your profit per mile? How about your cost per mile, or even your bottom line? Stop driving blind and know your numbers. Profit Gauges is absolutely simple bookkeeping specifically for owner-operators. Have instant access to business and tax reports that will help you increase your profits and keep your money in your pocket where it belongs. Sign up for Profit Gauges today and take advantage of our 30-day free trial. Know your numbers and master the journey. Visit our website at letstruck.com or call our TribeCare team at 855-800-FUEL. That's 855-800-3835.
Did you know that 35% of fuel economy can be attributed to your driving habits? Use the Scan Gauge KR to maximize your driving efficiency. The Scan Gauge KR has built-in and programmable digital gauges that allow you to read instant fuel mileage, average fuel economy, and dozens more gauges as you drive. Get to know your truck and learn how you can improve your fuel cost and keep your money in your pocket where it belongs. Drive smarter and master the journey. Get yours today at letstruck.com or call our TribeCare team at 855-800-FUEL. That's 855-800-3835.
As a professional driver, there is no question that fuel is your highest cost. Fuel Gauges tracks each fuel up, provides your 30, 60, and 90-day miles per gallon average, also tracks maintenance and modifications. Best of all, it is completely free to use. There is no excuse not to use your miles per gallon and start improving your fuel economy. Download the Fuel Gauges app today and keep your money in your pocket where it belongs. Let Fuel Gauges help you master the journey. Visit our website at letstruck.com or call TribeCare Team at 855-800-FUEL. That's 855-800-3835.
Are you a driver that wants to take control of your own destiny and have the freedom to make the choices that affect you and your loved ones every day? If the answer is yes,
Then Stop Holding the Steering Wheel audio program was designed for you.
in this one-of-a-kind audio program, Kevin Rutherford reveals the secrets to running a successful trucking business, taking the plunge to owner-operator, finding and negotiating for a new truck, and managing money once you earn it. Are you willing to do the hard work? It's time to stop holding the steering wheel and start driving your business. Order your copy today and create the business you've always wanted. Visit our online store at letstruck.com or call our TribeCare team at 855-800-FUEL. That's 855-800-3835.
Hey, have you heard? We have an app to make listening to our shows easier than ever. It's free, it's simple, it does one thing, and it does it really well. Download the app, open it, and listen to our shows. The Power Hour, Questions from the Road, Destination Health, and more. Listen live, listen anytime, and never miss a show again. To find it, search your app store for AudioRoad. One word, that's AudioRoad. It's one more way we help you master the journey.
too.
Yeah,
I'll be by my chiropractor and my doctor, my GP's office tomorrow. They're only about 3 miles apart.
Oh, perfect.
So after I make my drop in the morning, that's where I'll go.
Yeah, I'd start there. Chiropractors are pretty good with that kind of stuff. And a good chiropractor, if they know that it's truly medical, he'll send you over to the doctor. But I would start there.
All right.
And
I appreciate it.
we'll stay in touch and hope you feel better soon and let us know how that goes and what caused that. Because, boy, yeah, Lisa said don't wait. I agree. I almost always agree with Lisa. I certainly do this time. So I'm glad you're going to be able to do this first thing tomorrow. Let's see. We're going to head off to Minnesota. Kevin, welcome to the program.
Hi, Kevin. Thanks for taking my call. See, I just had a question on per diem. I think I know the answer, but I'm an owner-operator. I'm on a dedicated run. I usually leave in the afternoon around 2, 3 o'clock and get back about 1:30, 2 o'clock the next morning. Being I'm home every day, there is no allowance for per diem for that, is there?
No, there isn't. You have to be gone at least basically one sleeper cycle in order to start the per diem clock. So sometimes people get confused because of that partial day. You know, they think, well, I was gone part of this day and part of that day. But in order to get the per diem clock started, you've got to be gone one sleeper cycle. So, you know, your job, the way you do it, would be no different than a factory worker that goes in and works a 12-hour shift. They don't get any per diem.
Right. No, that's what I thought. And somebody else said, no, I think you're wrong on that. And I thought, well, I know who I can call. Hey, I just got one other question. You were talking about I forgot what they're called, around the wheels.
The flow blow.
The last couple callers ago. Yeah, the flow blow. I was looking at those, but they won't fit on my truck because I've got the wraparound quarter fenders.
Okay.
Do those wraparound quarter fenders help at all for airflow?
No, they actually make it worse. So they actually create more turbulence than anything else. You know, again, aerodynamics can get really tricky. You know, when you look at this is just a totally different example, but when you look at the wings that you see people put on the top of a lot of classic trucks if they don't have the full fairing, those wings actually make things worse.
Oh, okay.
The idea behind...
I actually ended up putting one on mine.
Yeah, the idea behind aerodynamics, if you can visualize this, is we want the air to stay in contact with the surface of the vehicle. Anytime that air breaks away from the surface, that's where the turbulence and the drag comes from. So if you look at a wing and you follow the airflow, what does the wing do? It actually breaks it away from the surface. Yeah, it does stop it from hitting the front of that trailer, but the way that wing is tilted, it shoots the air straight up. If you follow the airflow on a fairing, it makes it follow the top of the trailer. That's what we want it to do. We want it to not run straight into the front of the trailer. We want to get it up, but then that curve on the fairing is what gets it to follow the top of the trailer where a wing breaks it away from the trailer.
Okay, yeah, because I pull a dry van. I have a day cab, and I was getting really bad fuel mileage, and I ended up putting one of them smaller wings on mine, and I picked up quite a bit of fuel mileage on it, but probably not as good as what a fairing would have been, you know.
Yeah, and I've actually seen, depending on the size of the wing and the way they're turned, that fuel economy actually got worse.
Right, and I've heard that before, too. Somebody else said they took theirs off because they lost fuel mileage.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I was just wondering, because I had those round quarter fenders, you know, they're kind of the wraparound style, And I know they really help with weather, but I didn't know what they were doing so much for fuel mileage or not.
Yeah, they can actually create more turbulence.
Okay. All right, well, I'll let somebody else get to you, but hey, thanks a lot for taking my call. I really appreciate the info.
You're welcome. Thanks for the call. I'm going to head off to Alabama. Kevin, welcome to the program.
Hey there, Mr. Kevin. How you doing this evening?
Good. What can I help you with?
Yes, sir. I've got a 2015 wrought iron flatbed spread axle, and I just put new tires on it and had it aligned and everything. And I just noticed today that all 8 of my tires are wearing on the inside shoulder. And I have no idea what could be causing this.
Okay, these aren't wide singles, correct? No, you said all 8 tires. Duh.
No.
Yeah, I just you told me that. Most likely, you've got poorly adjusted wheel bearings. If that's not the case, and there are still a lot of people that don't know how to adjust wheel bearings properly, MD Alignment, if you go to their website, they've got some videos about how to adjust them properly. But that's what it sounds like to me. If that's not the case, you may just have some weak axles for some reason. What's happening is the wheel bearings are actually have some slop in them that allow those tires to tilt in, or the axles are flexing a little too much, and they're allowing those tires to tilt in. We see this a lot with wide singles. That was why that was the first thing I thought of, because that wide single puts a lot more stress on that axle, and it makes that wheel tilt to the inside.
Right.
But I would start with the wheel bearings.
Okay. Hey, do you think maybe it's a possibility of shocks too?
Usually not. That's not the function of a shock. The shock doesn't change the angle of the way the tire contacts the road. What's happening here is the tire's contacting the road a lot more on the inside. It's not contacting straight across the surface of the tire. What a shock does is hold force straight down to the road. And with weak shocks, what you can get is a bounce that will start to give you, really irregular wear all the way around the tire.
Okay. Yeah, it's just on the inside, and, like I said, I just put these damn tires on here, and, it's a lot of money to go down the window.
Yeah, how long have you had the trailer?
I thought I'd get some advice on it. I've had the trailer for 2 years now.
And it just started with these new tires. How many miles are on the tires?
I think I've got, let me see, I've got 100,000 miles on the tires.
It does seem kind of odd that all the wheel bearings just got loose and all we did was change tires. What are you running for inflation?
I run factory 110.
And
I was also maybe wondering if it's the brand of tires I've got too, because the company I'm leased to talked me into getting these, and ever since I put them in, I get a bad vibration.
I'm starting to rethink this because it happened to all 8, and it's a new tire, and there was nothing wrong with the wheel bearing adjustment before. So I'm thinking it's either this particular tire doesn't like that inflation level, or this is a tire issue itself. You know what I would do? I would give Chad Hone a call over at Alignment Solutions. He's in Kansas City. He's our go-to guy for tire and alignment issues here. He's trained by MD Alignment. Or you could always call our show on Sunday, which is Mike Beckett, the owner of MD Alignment. He does our show on Sunday. Check our website. You'll see the schedule and the phone number to call the show on Sunday, which is Rolling Toe. Stick around. We'll be right back. I'm Kevin Rutherford.
Join us for the 2018 CMC Live Seminar, the biggest, baddest educational event dedicated to the trucking industry. This event takes place September 17th through the 21st at the Mid-America Center in Council Bluffs, Iowa. This 5-day seminar focuses solely on the unique challenges and opportunities that truck drivers face every day, not only on the job, but in all facets of life. Learn from the industry's top leaders, network with fellow drivers, and start running more effective and profitable businesses. Spots are filling up fast. Don't miss this opportunity to take action on your business, your life, and your future. Together, we can help you master the journey. Register online at letstruck.com or call our TribeCare team at 855-800-FUEL with any questions. That's 855-800-3835.
Hey, AudioRoad listener, what is your profit per mile? How about your cost per mile, or even your bottom line? Stop driving blind and know your numbers. Profit Gauges is absolutely simple bookkeeping specifically for owner-operators. Have instant access to business and tax reports that will help you increase your profits and keep your money in your pocket where it belongs. Sign up for Profit Gauges today and take advantage of our 30-day free trial. Know your numbers and master the journey. Visit our website at letstruck.com or call our TribeCare team at 855-800-FUEL. That's 855-800-3835.
Did you know that 35% of fuel economy can be attributed to your driving habits? Use the Scan Gauge KR to maximize your driving efficiency. The Scan Gauge KR has built-in and programmable digital gauges that allow you to read instant fuel mileage, average fuel economy, and dozens more gauges as you drive. Get to know your truck and learn how you can improve your fuel cost and keep your money in your pocket where it belongs. Drive smarter and master the journey. Get yours today at letstruck.com or call our TribeCare team at 855-800-FUEL. That's 855-800-3835.
As a professional driver, there is no question that fuel is your highest cost. Fuel Gauges tracks each fuel up, provides your 30, 60, and 90-day miles per gallon average, also tracks maintenance and modifications. Best of all, it is completely free to use. There is no excuse not to use your miles per gallon and start improving your fuel economy. Download the Fuel Gauges app today and keep your money in your pocket where it belongs. Let Fuel Gauges help you master the journey. Visit our website at letstruck.com or call TribeCare Team at 855-800-FUEL. That's 855-800-3835.
Welcome back. I'm Kevin Rutherford. If you dial right now, we're heading into the final segment, but I could get another call or two in. If you dial right now, you should be able to grab an open line. Anything goes if you've got a question. I'll try to give you an answer. 8888 Road Dog. I'm going to head off to Tennessee. Debbie, welcome to the program.
Hi, Kevin.
Hello there.
Two questions.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi. Two questions. Where is our destination house show, and where's our Kim? We miss her.
Yeah, I miss it too. There was a lot going on with these.
We got excited. We heard Power Hour last two nights, and I thought, oh, Destination House is going to be on, and then it wasn't. Not that I don't mind that you're live, because I love you guys, but I really miss the Destination Health, and I really miss that show particularly. I look forward to that, and I've been kind of disappointed the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, we are going to bring it back. I just don't know when yet. You know, that we had the schedule change, moving from weekends to weekdays. That was a big deal, so we wanted to kind of take it slow on that.
Yeah.
And basically what I looked at was we know we were going to bring the podcast back. I just didn't know when and where we're going to fit them into the schedule. And we basically did it just by the numbers. The Power Hour is a really popular show. Destination Health is second, so it will be the next show to come back. But between changing the schedule, launching the new live course, the 16-week live class, and this extended road trip with all these speaking engagements, my schedule's a little tough. Like right now, I'm in the Eastern time zone, so it's 1 o'clock in the morning for me. And, I'll be right back at it.
It is for me, too. I drive every night.
Do you?
I drive overnight, and it is for me also. But that's what keeps me going is listening to your show overnight. And that Destination Health has been very helpful for me. And as far as, the tips and it keeps me motivated, and that's all. I really like that. I really like that show a lot. And I do listen to the podcast when I'm off, but it's too hard to listen to that going down the road. It's easier just to listen to you on the XM radio. So
yeah, well, I appreciate the feedback, and I love the fact that you missed the show, and we are certainly going to bring it back. I just I need to get my schedule back under control.
And we love Kim. She's so sweet.
Yes, absolutely.
We love Kim, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
and
right.
I knew you weren't going to be bringing her on at midnight in Eastern time zone either. I know she wouldn't because she's in Florida, I guess. And I'm sure she's not going to stay up till midnight, 1 o'clock doing a show. So I thought, uh-oh.
Yeah, so that's the other thing. So we've just got to get the schedule worked out and figure out, if we record. It back. You can look forward to it coming back. I just can't commit to a date yet.
Okay. Well, that's all I had, really.
All
and
right.
I appreciate all that you do for us. So.
All right. Thanks so much for the call. After I've got, today's Thursday, so the truck show starts a week from today. So I have about 10 days, and then I'll be able to start heading back west. And my next event is out in California, so I'm going to get out west pretty quick. And that helps a lot. Those 3 hours for me make a really big difference when I have to do the late night show. I'm going to head off to Colorado. Josh, welcome to the program.
Hi, Kevin. I'll try not to take too much of your time here. Go to the neurologist on Monday. They want to give me a big old shot in the back of the head as a pain block thing. I get these pains in my head for about a year now. They only last for about 30 seconds. And the best way I can describe it is if you took your finger and pressed it against your head as hard as you could, it kind of feels like that. And I get them, they only last 10 to 30 seconds, and I get them in various parts of the head throughout the day. And I've tried to take out caffeine, but it just seems really random and stuff. And this big old shot they want to give me sounds like it's just covering up the problem and not really solving the problem. Yeah, which is, all we really do in traditional medicine. We really don't solve any I kind of do the keto thing, but I'm really bad at it. Back in 2016, when I left after the CMC, I was all about it for about 6 months and lost a lot of weight, but I'm really bad about it these days. But I try to get back on it. But even during, I've done the whole no gluten thing and everything, and nothing. It just seems really random. Nothing seems to really help.
Yeah, it is very random. The other thing I would recommend is there are several on the market. We have one called a FIT test, which is a food inflammation test to find out if you're reacting to some food in your diet. And it can be really unusual foods. But if you are reacting to a food, it shows up as a protein on this FIT test. And it's pretty simple. It's just a finger stick, and you smear a little blood on the card and send it back in. I would start with something like that and see if there's some sort of a food reaction or possibly causing this. And I might think about seeing a chiropractor, because spinal issues and misalignments, especially up in the upper part of the neck, can cause a lot of odd head pain.
Okay. Do you think I should not let him give me this shot?
Well, it depends on how debilitating this pain is. I mean, if you need some relief from the pain, I don't think that this would be a drug that I would be really all that worried about long-term consequences. Most pain blockers aren't really that big of a deal. They don't tend to have a lot of, side effects. There are a ton of drugs on the market today. I would tell people absolutely not. Do everything you can to avoid that. But I don't think a pain blocker right now is all that big of a deal. So if it's going to give you relief while you start to track this down, there's the difference between the conventional medicine system and the more natural approach. Conventional medicine is going to give you relief immediately a lot of times. That's why we go to drugs, because we like things quick and easy, and it hurts and we want out of pain. I get it. We want the symptoms to go away, and conventional medicine's very good at that. Natural medicine, not so much. Natural medicine, when you're trying to find the root cause, the body's pretty complicated, and it's a much longer troubleshooting process. It's pretty easy to look at a symptom and say, oh, well, we can fix that symptom. Just take this drug. Just do this procedure. But when we're trying to find the root cause, I mean, in my mind right now, I could probably go through 10 different things that could cause this. And there's probably more than that. I mean, I'm thinking of 10 without even trying very hard. So it's a matter of troubleshooting that and working through a process of elimination, and it's a lot of times just doesn't happen fast.
Okay. Well, I guess it'd be kind of hard to troubleshoot it if the pain's blocked and I can't feel it.
Well, that could be too. Yeah. How long do they say this thing will last? I mean,
they said they got to come in every 8 weeks to get one.
Well, 8 weeks is a long time for that to last. That might be a concern then. If you really want to get to the root cause of this, you might just have to put up with the pain while you're working with somebody like a naturopath or I might even really recommend a functional medicine doctor for this one. All right, there's the music. I've got to get out of here. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time. Be safe, be profitable, fit and healthy. Always the hard work.